Let's clarify whether one is obligated to wear a belt in Tefila during prayer. As one may be aware, there are customs amongst the Hasidim to wear gartel, to wear a special belt for the Tefila, for the prayers. Is one obligated to wear a belt for the prayers? So we know there's a requirement to prepare oneself for Tefila. Hikoin likras alikach Yisrael. The pasuk says you should prepare yourself before you speak to Hashem. And this means obviously preparing yourself both physically, that one's attire, like the Rambam says, should be pleasant and should be clean, and one should be dressed respectfully, and also one's mind, one should clear one's thoughts of other occupying and distracting thoughts. One can't hold something which could distract one's thoughts. Now in regard to one's clothes, the Gemara in Shabbos brings an interesting story which says that the Sa'adat Amiram used to wear a belt, used to place a special belt for davening, based upon this premise of Hikoin likras alikach Yisrael, that you should prepare yourself and dress respectfully before you pray to Hashem. You should wear something special. However, there's a debate in the Rishonim if the requirement to wear a belt is in order to look respectable and to wear something unique for Tefillah, or there's another purpose. Because the Gemara in Brochas says that there's a requirement in prayer, in Tefillah, that the liboy shouldn't be royas ever. There should be a gap between the upper and lower parts of the body. And therefore, Tosfos over there brings in Shabbos from the Machzavitri, who says Rashi's custom was not to wear a belt during Tefillah. And he explains why. Because Rashi said that only in the days of the Gemara where there was a custom to wear a long robe without any trousers or pants underneath, so there was no gap between the heart and the lower parts of the body, there was a requirement to place a belt by Tefillah to make a separation between the top half and lower half of the body. Whereas nowadays, in the days of Rashi, where they already wore trousers or pants, where they had this separation between the top half and bottom half of the body, there's no requirement for extra belt. However, the Gemara does bring a separate pasuk. The Gemara says the reason why they put in a belt isn't because of to make a separation between the top half and bottom half of the body, but rather hikoin likras alikach Yisrael, to prepare oneself before one speaks to Hashem. And therefore the run over there in Shabbos brings down that even if one is already wearing trousers, or even one already has a gap between the top half and the bottom half of the body, one is still additionally required to place the belt. So we have these two opinions. Rashi holds there's only a requirement to wear a belt if you have a robe without anything beneath to separate the two halves of the body, whereas the Ran holds that one is required to have a belt in addition to the regular separation. The Shulchan Aruch in Sivan Sadi Aleph seems to paskin like the Ran. He says even if one already has a pair of trousers, one should still have a belt on top. Based upon this custom, many Hasidim have a custom that even though they have a belt, they have a special belt for Tefillah. However, Mr. Brewer brings down from the Magen Avram and Rabbi Yerucham, who says this halach was only applicable to someone who normally has a belt on his trousers and isn't wearing one for the Tefillah. So if he's not wearing one for Tefillah, he's showing less respect for the Tefillah than he normally walks around, as he normally walks around with a belt. Such a person, the Shulchan Aruch is saying, is required to wear a belt. However, a person who never wears a belt with Tefillah, as long as he has a separation between his top half and bottom half of his body, such as he wears trousers or underwear, he would not be required to wear a belt. However, Mr. Brewer brings a mitzvah Chassidus that a person should have a belt. So, should one wear a belt for Tefillah? According to Mr. Brewer, strictly speaking, nowadays when one has trousers, one doesn't have to wear a belt. Unless one normally wears a belt, then one should also wear a belt by Tefillah. Is there a requirement for additional belt? The custom of the Hasidim is to have an additional belt too, besides one's regular belt, to have something special for Tefillah. The minhag of Ashkenazim is not so.